All right, week five. Believe it or not, at the end of this week, we are about halfway through with the semester. So I know it still seems like it just started, but we're in it now. So having said that, if look at your average, that's a good thing to do every week, every couple weeks or so. See how you're doing in this class. If you're not doing as well as you need to, first off, just do a quick self-evaluation. Am I turning in the assignments? Am I doing the labs? Some of you have still not signed up for your lab kit. I've sent everyone a message, but that's like 20% of your grade. So just be honest with yourself if you're not doing as well as you want to. If you feel like you're doing everything you know how to and you're still struggling, send me a message and we can kind of talk through it. Or if it's during my office hours, give me a call. Um, we can talk about taking notes, making sure you're watching the lectures or whatever, but it's late enough in the semester that we really got to make changes if we're going to do that. All right. Okay, so this week we've got our second exam. It's on chapters 3, 4, and 5. So remember, that was organic chemistry, and then cells and the cell membrane and diffusion and osmosis and all that. So that's going to be Monday, June 24th. Remember, there is a study guide. When you go to learning materials, that Unit 2 folder at the bottom, you'll find a study guide. So use that if you're watching this before the test. All right. After the test on Monday, we've only got one lecture this week. It's on Chapter 6, which is metabolism, which is how energy is used in living things. We're going to talk about metabolism, energy, and enzymes in that chapter. All right. So once you have watched that on Friday, June 28th, you've got a review quiz just on Chapter 6. 5 questions, just like all of them. Just make sure you've watched the lecture first, and then you can take that review quiz. We've got another discussion board. Now, most of you did this, but there were a few people who skipped the discussion board assignment last time. I don't know if it's just because we only have these, every other week or so. This should be a really easy assignment. Honestly, it's trying to help your grade. It's 10 points. On this one, you have, I'm trying to remember. Oh, this one is a interview that you're going to listen to. It's really interesting. I think they made, I don't know if it was HBO, I think they made a movie about the story that you're going to hear in the interview. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. So if you listen to the interview and you're interested in it, you can look that up. So that's going to be due also Friday, June 28th. You're going to listen to the interview. It has to do with cells, and it's a little bit more of like a personal story. I know when we talk about cells, that doesn't sound that interesting or engaging, but this one's pretty cool. So you're going to listen to it. You are going to write a post about something you found it was interesting. When you hear the story, you're going to hear it. It's a really kind of a gripping story about how cells have been used and how people maybe have been treated unfairly for medical research. So you're going to listen to that story. You are going to write a post. It can be a summary, just something you found interesting about the story. And then you also need to reply to one other student's post. So you're going to do 2 posts, one of your own and then a reply to another student. After that, we have our 4th lab assignment is on cell membranes. This one is not too bad. It's going to be dealing with osmosis and diffusion. But the important thing you need to know about this one is that there's a step where you're going to have to cut potatoes up. So number one, you might have to, if you don't have potatoes lying around, you might have to do a quick grocery trip. Let's see, for potatoes, that may be all you need. You need sugar. It's a spoon, Sharpie, paper, paper towels, plastic wrap. Kind of go through that and see. Most of this you probably have, but you may need to go get a potato or sugar if you don't have that lying around. But you're going to take potatoes and you're going to soak them in a solution for 24 hours. So that means you have to do that step, wait 24 hours, and then you're going to do the experiment. Okay? So if you don't look at this lab until like Sunday night, you don't have 24 hours to kill at that point. Read through the lab instructions early in the week. And then early in the weekend at the latest, go ahead and start doing that step where you're soaking the potatoes in the solutions. And then once you've soaked it for 24 hours, you can do the rest of the lab. It shouldn't take too long other than that 24-hour period. Okay? I believe in this one you have to make a graph. So I've recorded a video that's in HOL Cloud. It's going to tell you how to do that graph if you've got Excel. I've had students draw out a graph on paper, and that's fine with me too. You can just take a picture of your graph and put it on there. Just make sure that you pay attention to how the graph is supposed to be set up. All right, so that's it for this week. Test is the big thing. Then you got chapter 6 lecture, and then the review quiz. You got your discussion board, and then lab 4. So that's it. If you need anything, let me know. I'll help. Thanks.